This is my first time doing a recorded tutorial using my Siser Juliet, but this definitely won't be the last. This is what we're making today. I use Siser EasyWeed Adhesive that I purchased years and years ago, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's get started. Hello everyone, and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. In today's tutorial, we are revisiting Siser EasyWeed Adhesive and the foil that you use on top of it. Now, I am going to take you step by step through the full process, including how I designed this. This isn't an SVG. I just created this in Leonardo Design Studio. I'm going to take you through the full process, and at the end of the video, if you find it helpful, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's look at the materials and dive right in to Leonardo Design Studio. The materials I'm using for this tutorial include my Siser Juliet. I'm using Siser EasyWeed Adhesive. I haven't decided on which of these colors of foil that I'm planning to use. I'm using a black 100% cotton Gildan shirt, a weeding tool, a cooling block. I'm also using a Siser high-tack mat, and I'll use that heat press back there. It's the Wallow Press. It's the 16 by 20 auto open Wallow Press that I purchased from Heat Transfer Warehouse. And we will go into Leonardo Design Studio and use a few fonts to put the file together. Now, without further ado, let's get started. I am in Leonardo Design Studio, and the first thing I'm going to do is come down here and grab the text box, and I'm typing my first word, which is thankful. And I'm using a capital T, thankful, like that. And I do want to go ahead and weld this. And I can look and see if there are any glyphs I want to use. Let's see what they have. I like this. Let's add that to the L so we can delete one of the L's. Okay, and I am going to make that bold and I'll click apply. Okay, that looks great. Now, the next thing I want to do is grab a box, and I'm just going to add it to the screen. I'll click escape, and I want to resize this box. I'm going to come down here, and for the width, I want the width to be right at 10.5, and I want to unlock it, and I want the height to be right at 2.0. Okay, and I'm going to change the color of the box to, let's change it to black, and I'm going to click apply. Now I'm also going to move the box to the back of the word thankful. So I'm going to click order and send to back so that the word thankful is in front of the box, just like that. So I'll select the box and the word, and I'll just move it up together, just like that. Now I also want to duplicate the box 2 more times. So I'm only selecting the box. If I look at my layers panel, it says square. I'm going to select the square, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to add copy, and I'll move it down, and I want to add 1 more copy. So I'm going to have 3 boxes basically. And I want to move it up a little bit closer, not too close, but not too far away either. Like that. Okay, that looks great. Now, the next thing I want to do is select all 3 boxes, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to click arrange, and I want to center them. I want to make sure they're centered. That looks great. And I'm also going to go ahead and group the boxes, okay, so they stay together. So I have my word thankful, and then I have 3 rectangles behind it. The next word that I want to type is grateful. So I'll come back down here to the T, and I don't want to use the same font for the word grateful. For that, I want something big and bold, and I'm going to turn on my caps lock for that. Okay, and let's see, there's a font that I like that's called BFC Pumpkin Porch. Okay, it's called Pumpkin Porch. I want to use that one. I'm going to click apply, and I'm going to change the color of it to, let's just change it to that same aqua color. Now for this, I'm going to move it up and I'm going to stretch it out so that it kind of is big and bold and makes a big statement. Okay, and now I'm going to select the word grateful, and I'm also going to select that center box. I'm holding my shift key and I'm going to click center like that. Okay, that looks great. And then for the last text, it's just going to say blessed. I'm going to select the T and I'm turning the caps lock off and I'm going to type the word blessed. Okay, and I'm going to use a font that's called Black Boho. Let me find it. Black Boho. I like that. Let's see if there are any glyphs that I want to use. I don't see any glyphs. Well, this D looks good. Let's change the D to this D right here. And we can click apply. And we're going to change it to that aqua color. I'll click apply. And I want to move this down. And I want to, let's kind of move that over. I think that looks great. Okay. Now, there are some dingbats that I found on the Creative Fabrica website, and I'm going to just bring two of them in. There are two arrows that I like. And so I'm going to add those to this file. The purpose of these rectangles is just to keep the size of the letters and the text and all of it consistent and aligned as much as possible. Okay, so that's how I want it. I think this looks great. Now let me grab those other files. I'll click import and I'll go, I think one of them was 185. I'll bring it down. Let me undo that. I want to go ahead and lock the proportions so it doesn't look awkward. Okay, and I want to bring this over here. Paste, and I am going to flip it. Okay, I'm going to click on arrange, mirror, horizontal like that, and I'm just going to resize it so that it fits nicely next to the word thankful. I can just go to my layers panel and I can select that the rectangles and I can just turn them off and I can select everything here and I can go ahead and group it so it stays together. The size of this is 10.3 by 6.1 and I do want to make it a little bit bigger. 10.765 is fair. Okay, so now I am ready to go forward with making this. So I can click send design and I can click send, and this is great. So now I'll just move this up, and the first layer that I'm going to send to my Juliet is the layer of the Siser EasyWeed Adhesive. And you cut it just like you would cut regular heat transfer vinyl. You're going to cut it with the shiny side down. You'll see that because everything that I'll do from here will be back on the camera. Okay, here's the EasyWeed adhesive. So I'm going to cut a piece that's big enough. Put my tape back on it. And I'm going to put it on the mat with the shiny side facing down. So here's the shiny side. This is the dull side, basically, just like regular heat transfer vinyl. I'm gonna do a quick area test to make sure I'm in the range for cutting. Now, let me say this. Even though those settings work for me with the speed of 10 and a force of 50, that doesn't mean those settings will work for you. It's going to be important that you do some test cuts so you don't waste materials. Also, with the Siser EasyWeed Adhesive, according to my little Siser brochure right here, this product, the Siser EasyWeed Adhesive, it is laser friendly. So if you have a laser cutting machine, you can cut it with your laser. It is layerable. And if you scan the QR code, it'll give you more information regarding time and temperature. I haven't cut vinyl with my laser, but did want to make a note of that. I'm not sure what I would layer this on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and weed this just like I would any other regular heat transfer vinyl. I am going to cut away the excess first. So all of this up here is just excess. I'll cut that away. Be a lot easier. And I'm going to weed away. My heat press is set for 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds, but this first layer doesn't require that much time. It's just a quick 2 to 3 second tack down. Let's see. Here is the adhesive foil all weeded, and you just want to double check, make sure you got everything. I kind of messed up the heart right there, but it's fine. So the first thing I want to do is what I always do is pre-press. I have a crease going down the middle of my shirt. I'm going to do a quick pre-press. I've decided that I want to use, I think I want to use this. I'm not sure if I want to use this. I like both, but I want to go with this one this time. And all I'm going to do, that was a long pre-press, is open up my shirt. And I like to come 3 fingers from the bottom of the collar. I'm going to place this down and just do a quick 3 second tack down. Okay, so I'm putting it right there in the middle. That looks good. You want to make sure you got all the pieces, because anything you leave there will be pressed onto your shirt. That looks really good. And before I even do that, I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of this foil. So I have a piece that's big enough. This looks great. So now I have my temperature set to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Like I said, I'm going to do a quick 3 second tack down. 1, 2, 3. Now this is a hot peel, so I'm going to go ahead and peel it, and hopefully this is a good view so you can see it really good. Okay, so there should be nothing shiny. All of that should come right up. Okay, like that. And this is how my shirt looks right now. That's actually a pretty cool effect also, but I don't want to be just walking around with a sticky shirt. So now I'm going to take the film, the foil, and just place it right on top. Just like that. Now I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm not putting anything on top of it. I want to press this for the full time, 300 degrees for 15 seconds. Now the foil is stuck to that adhesive, and the foil is a cold peel. It's not a cool peel, it's not a warm peel, it is cold. That is where my cooling block is going to come into play. Okay, so here's my foil still on my shirt. I'm going to go over this with the cooling block and just let it cool down so it can get really cold. Might even just want to let it sit in different places so that when I peel this, it's going to adhere to the film, to the adhesive. Okay, so since this is a cold peel, I feel like it's cold now. I think it's great. If you don't have a cooling block, I would suggest letting it sit for maybe 15 minutes or even turning it over, turning the shirt over and letting it cool off from the temperature of your desk or your table. But just give it a chance to really get cold, not cool, not warm. Okay, I think it's good to go. Hopefully it is. Hopefully I don't mess this up. But if I do, if I peel this and it does not adhere very well, you'll know that what I did wrong is that I didn't let it cool off enough. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to do a fast peel. It's not, we're going to rip it off like a Band-Aid, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Look at how good that looks. Oh my gosh. Look at how good that looks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love it so much. Hopefully you have found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and